Why is Sky a strategically important decision for Comcast? Because the shareholders don't seem to be getting it yet.
Yeah, I mean, for behind both of these companies' bids for these assets, there's some underlying strategic rationale. And one of them is that Sky has control a number of important pieces of programming. First of all, Premier League until 2022. They have rights to some of the most important series like Game of Thrones in Europe. And then third of all, they've got a service called Sky Now. While it's really no longer, and not yet, a competitor to Netflix, it's a way for both companies to be in the streaming business in Europe.
So is Sky fundamentally a distribution company or a content company?
Sky is, because Sky's got a lot more. They're a distribution company, but unlike some of the services, Dish and DirecTV here in the United States, they've gone a lot farther in terms of their ownership of content, their ability to exploit it, all the ways in which they've been part of the people's lives.
It's very clear that the Disney deal is a very different deal from Comcast. Disney would be buying a 21st century assets, the 21st Century Fox asset going well beyond Sky. They would get the studio, they'd get the library, they'd get a lot of content that they want to use for over the top. Why for Comcast does it make sense? This is outside the United States. They don't have much of a presence outside the United States. Why does it fit with their core business?
Well, there's a number of reasons why it makes sense for them for international. So it would take their international operations from about 8% of their revenue to about 25%. And part of what's happening is both sides, there's uncertainty around this deal. You've got some very strong personalities. On the case of Disney, you've got Bob Iger and his head of business development, Kevin Mayer. You've got Brian Roberts and Steve Burke. And then, of course, the person who benefits the most from this is Rupert Murdoch.